So this leak that dropped last night could potentially be massive news, massive implications for the likes of a Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor fight. UFC might be planning a return to Dublin in December. You know, we've heard Dana say that he wants to come here in 2024. We've had the massive controversy about Conor McGregor being outside of the USADA pool. People like Dustin Poirier, who just so happens to be in Ireland this weekend, saying that this is farcical, this is a joke. Why would you even attempt to fight in December if you're not in the pool? That just makes a mockery of the sport. Many people agree, including me. But if we're being told that there's a December card and it's Conor McGregor and Chandler, I'm in. It's going to be a huge card. Get Sugar Sean O'Malley over there versus Chito Vera. This could potentially be massive. But the funniest part for me is what you're looking at here on screen. There's so many articles talking about this potential leak, and we're going to get into it in a second. But the face of every article is this dude here with a big load of cold sores on his lip. And the mass majority of, we'll say, Irish fans, UK fans, and just fans in general of UFC and MMA are thinking, you. Okay, so let's scan down here and we'll have a little bit of a skull at it. So the promotion hasn't been back to Ireland since 2015, although it did Northern Ireland in 2016. Over the past several years, there's been more focus on regular events in London and Europe, leaving fans in the Emerald Isle with no option but to travel for the UFC fix. Hate the phrasing Emerald Isle, it's embarrassing. That may change this December if what appears to be an accidental leak from fighter Jamie Mullarkey's management team is true. This is interesting. Let's scan down and have a little look. So UFC going to Ireland in December. Spinning back fist, they're talking about this. So we have this post. Ooh, we can go into it here. Awesome. So yeah, we have this post here from Jamie Mullarkey's team. Pleased to announce Jamie Mullarkey has signed a new multi-fight deal with the UFC. Jamie, 3-1-0 in his last 4 fights, will be looking to get out next in Ireland in December if we can make it happen. Congrats, Jamie, well deserved. Interesting, people coming straight into the comments talking about Conor McGregor. It was the first thing that I thought about. The first thing I thought about was, did they just spoil the party here for a big announcement from Dana about Conor McGregor's return? I pulled up a bunch of different articles and we'll touch in on them, and we'll also talk a little bit about the IanCuckchado Garry thing, because this was already confirmed by Ian Garry ages ago. It's like, okay dude, calm down. McGregor versus Chandler and Wonderboy versus Garry will feed families. I covered this in my last video, maybe not in depth the way I would like to. Wonderboy doesn't want to fight you, bro. Stop pushing it. It's embarrassing and cringe. I actually pulled up the welterweight rankings, right? We can see it here. So Ian Garry is number 9 apparently. Whatever. The only 2 fights that I would possibly give this dude, if he was to fight on this December card, if all this is true, the only 2 fights that I would actually give him is either Jeff Neal, because he was already booked to fight him and it didn't come to fruition, or I would give him Jack Della Maddalena because he's actually showed interest in making a quick turnaround. We've seen Cuckchado screaming at black men like Joaquin Buckley, telling them that I'm better than you, I'm above you, get out of my face, you don't deserve a fight, I don't care what name you have, I'm only looking up. So he's kind of delusional, as we know. We're not going to go over old ground. He's delusional there. Who's above him in the welterweight rankings? Kevin Holland just fought in maybe an interesting fight, maybe. Stephen Thompson ran him, told him to jog on, have no interest in you, kid, stop being a douchebag. Shavkat Rakhmonov, he is begging for a fight. He wants to fight next week, he wants to fight next month. I would like to see that fight just for what the outcome could possibly be, but I don't think Ian Garry deserves that fight. I don't think he deserves to go all the way up there to number 6 and fight that guy, and everything above that is just out of his league. There are people that he still probably has posters on his wall of, so I don't think he deserves to go up there and fight them. And for argument's sake, let's say he does. Gilbert Burns beats him easily. Khamzat Chimaev, I can't even explain what he would do to Ian Garry. Belal Muhammad, that's an interesting one. That could be a little tippy-tappy match back and forth that would be on Ian Garry's side extremely cringe and on Belal's side extremely boring. An absolute nothing burger. Can you imagine the shit talk back and forth there? Kamaru Usman, he's going to be fighting Stephen Thompson. Leon Edwards is there, and then the man himself isn't even in the rankings here. He doesn't need to be. He's the next champion incoming, Colby Covington. And we've heard Ian Garry talk about Colby Covington already. Mortification, embarrassing. Dude, stop. Stop it right now. You might have a chance of salvaging your career if you just stop talking shit. Okay, so that brings us over here to where Conor McGregor's UFC decline due to money. So Dana White was on Piers Morgan the other day. Decent interview. Spoke about his parents passing away. A lot of people were talking shit. Talked about the decline of Conor McGregor. Talked a lot of based shit as well that I wanted to make a video of, but because of the topic, YouTube will shut that down. That's why I have the Rumble channel. If anyone is following me, maybe pop over to Rumble and subscribe, because inevitably when they come for blood and they shut down the channel, I'll probably end up streaming over there or doing some sort of video. So it'd be nice to kind of build that up as we're tipping away here, growing this channel. According to White, regardless of your craft, earning that sort of money completely changes you. You have to agree with it. You have to agree with it. With that sort of cash, how is there motivation to get up and train in the gym every day? Is Conor McGregor going to make a return? Is it going to be in Dublin? It would be so crazy. I mean, we have to start looking at the fight then. If this is legitimate and we are going to get an announcement about a Dublin card where Conor McGregor will fight Chandler, forget about Dustin the douchebag complaining about it. Like, all these people are going to be upset. We experience Dana White's favoritism all the time. There's a story banging around there for the last few days about Aljamain Sterling complaining that why didn't he get a rematch and Israel Adesanya could quite possibly get a rematch. Now, of course, you're going to have people that will jump into the chat straight away going, well, Israel's a star and he's done so much for the sport and everything like that. It's like, oh, hold on a second. Let's be consistent. You know, if you're going to give this guy a rematch after he lost 2 out of 3 matches, surely Aljamain Sterling deserved the rematch. Simple. It's very, very simple. If not, just come out and say it. Just come out and be honest and be like, dude, you don't sell as many pay-per-views as Israel Adesanya. I don't like you, and not many other people like you. But if we're talking about Conor McGregor versus Chandler, who wins that fight? Super interesting. Super interesting. If Conor could get the motivation to actually get into the gym, get into a camp, it would be so strange to see him change in terms of the body, because right now he's got that TRT head. It's out like a balloon, and he's out like a balloon, and you're just going, holy smoke, man, are you going to get down to 155? Are you going to even get down to 170? It'd be bizarre to see him in a weight cut. It'd be bizarre to see him up on the stage weighing in and actually going into a fight. I don't even know what that would be anymore. It's probably similar in tone to when Nick Diaz came back and fought there recently. You know, you had all this hype, and you knew, like, first of all, he looked overweight, and you knew by the walkout that he just wasn't interested. Will it be a scenario like that with Conor McGregor? Or will he come out and smoke and take the head off of Michael Chandler? It's very, very interesting. As a card, getting Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Vera in there, you know that Sugar Sean has been coping, saying that I actually lost on purpose so we could have this epic rematch and this epic build-up. I don't know what to say about that statement except for go see somebody. But how nice would it be to see him get smoked in Dublin? That'd be cool as well. Conor McGregor says USADA is keeping him from his livelihood. This is a bit of a tongue-in-cheek statement, to be honest with you, because the dude is almost a billionaire. He's making money left, right and centre. He doesn't need to fight in the UFC to make a few bob. That's 100% fact. But it's interesting the way he did it, because it is a tactic of putting pressure on USADA and the UFC and getting it out there that he's ready to fight and he wants to fight. Wouldn't it be great if we just shut down all the bullshit with Conor McGregor coming out saying, I will fight him, I won't fight him, he's not ready, he doesn't deserve it, and just book it. Get it into the calendar. Set it there for Ireland. Sugar Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera, Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, and maybe IanCuckchado Garry could have a little face-off on the same night with James Gallagher. No actual fighting because no one wants to watch that, but just to see the two of them wearing Conor's sunglasses, Conor's suits, Conor's watches, walking like him, talking like him, and cringing extremely hard. That'd be entertainment. I'd pay to go to see that. So this is a quick one. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this leak legit? Is there going to be a UFC card in Dublin? Who's going to be headlining it? Who's going to be fighting on it? If it's Conor McGregor, how do you feel about that in terms of USADA and making a mockery of the game? If it's Ian Garry, how do you feel about that? Because obviously nobody knows who he is and he's just some twerp who's really annoying and could quite possibly be getting a headlining gig here. Imagine watching that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit subscribe, share. I appreciate you. Cheers.